Hey guys, welcome back to the Nothing But Action podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brodie, and I'm joined with my co-host Jordan. How are we, man?
Very, very good. Back in business after the Mitch Creek interview. If you haven't
Oh,
seen that, go and check that out. That was a ripper right
that
there.
that was an unreal episode. I just loved how it was a great interview, and it was a long one. It went for like 35 minutes, and just we really we found out a lot of information, and that was how he went with Brooklyn and how how his career started it, and how, just everything. So seriously, if you haven't checked it out, you've really got to go back and check that out, because
Yep.
that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people that are watching on YouTube, you might see something a bit different. You might be like, oh, hang
Okay.
on, I see what Jordan looks like. I see
Oh,
Brodie right now.
oh man.
So
Oh yeah, because we never do face cam, do we?
nah, there's no face
Oh,
cam usually.
should
So
I bring up the question of the day? What does my haircut look more like? 2010 Zac Efron or 2010 Justin Bieber? That is
I
the
think
question of the day.
you're giving off a bit of Justin Bieber vibes. I reckon. I reckon it's the Biebs.
Oh, okay. You got a bit of
um,
Justin Bieber 2013 going on,
do
I
you
reckon.
reckon? No, it's a bit,
Yeah,
bit spiky.
it is. Oh yeah, if you look too, we're kind of flexing our
Yeah,
we're
Richmond,
flexing our stuff right now, aren't we?
three-peat
And
mate for Hawthorn in the
okay,
background.
I haven't put my third premiership one up yet. Maybe that's for next podcast.
But yeah, pretty much for the people listening on Spotify and iTunes, if you do want to check it out on YouTube and actually watch a proper video, it's just going to be our faces. But if you want to see our reaction to us talking, check it out on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube and don't want to watch it on YouTube, check out Spotify.
Mm.
Well, pretty much, I reckon we get right into it. Jordan, mate, this has been happening for too long. Ben Simmons, what is going on? I'm getting annoyed. I think you're getting annoyed. Why
Yeah.
are they not traded yet?
Nothing is going on. That's what's going on. Nothing at all. They've accepted the fact that Ben Simmons is not going to play for them, and they don't care. And I think what angers me more is that none of the players care either. Like Joel Embiid didn't go, "You must trade Ben Simmons or we're going to suck." No, he signed a 4-year extension. Like they're just putting up with Ben Simmons's crap, and it's real. It's really odd. Um, I don't know. I think the thing is as well. There's a couple of things that go into this. Philly want too much. That's the first thing. The second thing as well is like there's no teams really out there that want Ben Simmons at this point. Like his trade value dropped quite a bit, and I think a lot of teams they went out in free agency and they got what they wanted. Like if you look at it, a team the Cavs were really interested in Ben Simmons like not long ago, and then we went out in the draft and we brought in Evan Mobley and we brought in Markkinen, and now it's kind of just that's another team that's just closed the door on the Ben Simmons situation. Again, I've made this quite vocal. I think there's only one team really left for Ben Simmons to kind of go to, but I'm guessing we'll get into that in a little bit. But Simmons, he's not getting traded anytime soon. Like it's just not happening. I think this could carry on all the way to the trade deadline. That's my predictions on it.
It's it's pretty ridiculous because, like you just said, they're expecting some monster package, some trade package that includes a star player, like a superstar player, and then all these trade assets and picks. It's just not going to happen. They've got to seriously realize that Ben Simmons' trade value is at an all-time low. He's just not
Mm-hmm.
worth what they're expecting. And hey, his contract is really nice. He's got 4 years left. But what Ben Simmons? Let's just talk about Simmons real quick. So he signed a 5-year deal with he wants that bag. You're gonna get that bag if you can get a bag. But then requests a trade a year after on 4 years left. Don't sign the contract, man. If I like, it annoys me how like that's the thing players do now. Players just instead of going in free agency, they will just get the bag, get the super max, get that big contract they can get at their original team. And if they're not happy, they will just happily request a trade because they know in the end they're going to get traded. If Ben Simmons requests a trade, he will get traded. It's taking its time, but I'm still pretty certain he will get traded eventually.
The thing is too, I'm pretty sure he's losing money. Like because of course a part of the contract is you have to show up, you have to do this and that. If he gets traded on the trade deadline, I'm assuming 70% of his contract that year will have just gone obviously not to him, because when the trade deadline, that's like what 60 games into the season or something like that. That's probably like, counting in preseason, this and that. That's probably what 60 to 70% of the season done. This guy, he's going to lose I'm not a mathematician here, but what's 65% or so off 35 million? Because that's what he's losing. He's also just losing the bag, and it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, he'll be losing a lot of money. It's a stupid situation from him because if he doesn't actually rock up to training camp, he loses a lot of money, And he's said to, he's actually came out and said to Philly, I am not coming to training camp, so trade me. I don't think it's going to get to the trade deadline. If they seriously wait to the trade deadline to trade him, they are the most stupidest front office. I know they are clearly waiting for Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal to request a trade. But if you're going to sit here and just wait for that, when you have a player like Joel Embiid, where he's only an injury off his career almost being ruined, you gotta win now. You can't be having one of your really good players just not playing and not using the time now that you have.
Yeah. What's even strange too is they also waived George Hill. So like Tyrese Maxey's kind of their only point guard. I actually don't know if they have another point guard. Who's going to run a backup point? I'm imagining Tobias Harris, right? Is he going to do what he did in the Clippers and just be a point forward? Like, what's their actual strategy here?
That's actually a really good point that you've brought up. Yeah, their point. I'm not too sure about that. That's that would be different. It might be Harrison, I guess, but you wouldn't want. I would really want to try and avoid to have Harris as like your backup 3 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there could be a silver lining out of this though. Is I don't know if Maxey will start. What if they start Thibault, Green, and Curry, and then just have Tobias Harris play the role that Ben Simmons played? Because we know he can do it. I'm pretty sure on the Clippers he averaged like 6 assists or something, didn't he? So like that would be a pretty insane lineup. Like defensively as well, Seth Curry, Danny Green, the Thibault. It would be a really nice team. Or maybe they'll be better without Simmons. Who even knows at this point?
Yeah, I think you'd much rather have Harris as like a low post kind of player that he's been playing for Philly last year, because that's what he's really good at. He's good at getting the ball, kind of just in that kind of post. He's shown he's really good at that. Harris is really good. Like I know,
he's a really good player.
I thought you weren't a fan of him personally.
No, I love Tobias Harris. You're getting mistaken with me, Sammy. Who have you been talking to?
Must have been mistaken. But yeah, I really like Harris. I think he's really good.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I find it's pretty obvious now that Philly are just waiting for Dame, and Dame's not requesting a trade right now. He might request a trade halfway through the season, but Philly can't wait that long. I mean, if you're Philly right now, you've got to think about trading him right now. But hey, if you move Simmons, you're pretty much out of the Damian Lillard race. You're not going to be able to trade for Lillard when you trade Simmons. Who's the asset's going to be to trade for Lillard? What? Tyrese Maxey? It's not.
Well, that comes to the question of if you're trading away Simmons, it depends on what you get. And I think the team out there that will be very interested in Simmons, we've spoken about this, could actually offer up quite a bit. And I've been saying this for a while. Dude, the Minnesota Timberwolves are like, they are close. They are in range. If they can get Simmons and just, I know they're going to have to trade up a lot, but I'm sure veterans will start to come if they can, have a team like this. And like a starting 5, let's just say, who knows, maybe if they were to go out and get Simmons, before we get into like maybe their starting 5 or something like that, I honestly believe this is a more probable option than Portland and Damian Lillard now. I think Minnesota are that interested in him, and they've shown that they're trying to be that ex-boyfriend where the ex-boyfriend will do whatever it can takes to get the girl. Yeah. And they did this with D'Angelo Russell, and it happened.
Yeah.
They were like that ex-boyfriend that was trying his absolute heart out, and now it looks like they're going to try and do that with Ben Simmons, because they've already been interested in him for half a year. And they're going to be interested in him until the day Simmons gets traded. And that's just going to be the fact. So they're going to try every day to try and get Ben Simmons.
It's weird. There's definitely a few teams that are interested in Simmons, but it shortens and shortens by the day, because there's days where Philly say, nope, we do not want to trade to you anymore. You've annoyed us, even though you're offering us all of these good players. We don't think it's good enough. I think a potential trade, could be Cleveland. I know Cleveland, you can maybe look at maybe Sexton. Again, you have to do some other assets of Coro. Or maybe, I know you're not going to like to hear this, but maybe Garland in a Coro.
No, it's not happening. We're not trading Garland. It's not happening.
It's just, I don't know. It's like when they do the trade, they're going to want a point guard in return. And do they see Sexton as a point guard? It's just, again, that's if Cleveland are trading the Philly, I mean. But hey, there's other trade destinations as well. We could possibly see Spurs, like DeJounte Murray, Derek Wright, maybe Devin Vassell. Surely that's a good enough trade. Vassell is a good shooter. He can offer you plenty of shooting. DeJounte Murray has improved. He's really good. He proved himself last year. He's a good defender. He's a good shooter, can facilitate. And Derek Wright, hey, I like Derek Wright. He's a bit small, but, good shooter. Like,
he is what he is. I don't mind the Spurs. I actually don't mind them at all, but I don't think any of these teams are interested anymore. That's the thing. I think they've just accepted the fact that it's probably not going to happen. The Golden State Warriors, they're a team that, like, I guess it depends on how Wiseman goes this year. Yeah. But we know they've been interested in him for a long time. But will they continue to push for Simmons? Probably not. I mean, the Sixers are going to want Kuminga, Wiseman, Moody, 8 first-round picks, their lunch money. They're going to want legit everything from the Golden State Warriors, and they're just not going to give it up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we've talked enough about Ben Simmons. It's kind of the same thing every week. It's just everyone's waiting just for Simmons to be dealt so you can stop talking about it and just discuss what the future is for Philly and the new team it goes to, because this has been dragged out for so long, and I know I'm getting sick of it. You must be, because because you run your center half bench YouTube.
Yeah,
and
I post about him every second week. Hey, there's another team we forgot. What about the new Tasmania team? Surely they could offer up something for Ben Simmons. He might go and play there.
I just heard the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers are very interested.
Jack Jumpers, that's it. I'm sorry, I'm never going to remember that. Jack Jumpers, what kind of a name is that? I don't know. Maybe if we're rich one day, we can buy the Tasmanian. What was it? Jack Jumpers, and then we'll be laughing at this video. Yeah. Okay.
Well, anyway, I reckon we move on to our season predictions. Same thing as kind of the last episode we did, the one before Mitch Creek. We're going to go over 3 teams today, and that's, we're going to talk about our predictions, projections, just for the next season. We're going to start off with the LA Lakers, man. LA Lakers. This team was, they came into the offseason and they did really well. They got stacked. Predictions next year.
They're winning the championship. That's my prediction. They're winning the championship. I don't see the argument with people saying, oh, they've gotten too old. Like, they've added all of these old players. Yeah, whatever. Like, you're just completely ignoring the fact that they went out and got Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, and THT as well. Like, let's just not forget that real quick. That those guys are like 25 and under still. So it's not like the whole team is 35 and up. There are a couple of young guys there which will spark the locker room. And there's also a determination for a lot of players to win. I don't think LeBron James was ever like, LeBron James doesn't want to play with Montrezl Harrell. He doesn't want to play with Marcus Gasol. He never wanted to play with any of those guys, but I think the interest in playing with Russell Westbrook, or maybe not necessarily Westbrook, but Carmelo Anthony, winning a championship with Trevor Ariza, like, dude, they hated each other 15 years ago. They were enemies in high school. Then it carried through to the NBA. Now they have a chance to win the championship together. I feel like that's a storyline no one's talking about. Yeah. So everything's kind of falling together for the Lakers to win it this year. And I think as well, one of LeBron's issues last season with the Lakers is because they always had Davis or LeBron injured, they needed a second star. And they really needed a dude, like some point guards that can defend and play make just to get the load off LeBron's back.
Yeah.
And they brought in Westbrook, who maybe not. Well, he's a good defender, but Rajon Rondo is the one as well. Like defender, leader, playmaker. I think they're still finalizing a deal with him. It will happen if it hasn't already. Westbrook as well. There's no reason, again, Westbrook adds that scoring. If one of them's injured, there's your second star right there. And if they're all together, there's your third star. There's no reason why the Lakers should not win the championship this year. They'll improve a lot from their 7th seed play-in tournament thing that they were last season. I have no doubt about that. Lakers will be very good this season. Championship or bust. That's my thing.
Yeah, I got pretty similar thoughts. I think this LA team is going to win the chip. It depends on they're going to probably be versing Brooklyn in the finals. And it depends if that Lakers team stay fully healthy. I think they'll definitely win it. But even if Anthony Davis gets injured or Westbrook gets injured, one of them, not two, if one of them gets injured, they're going to be okay. They will be fine. They've got backup players, and as long as they've got 2 stars, LeBron and Westbrook, let's say AD is gone because he's done an injury, that's fine. I think LeBron and Westbrook could easily win a chip together. Like this, they've now added a 3rd star. Yes, we want to include Westbrook as a star. I know some people don't rate Westbrook. Personally, I do.
Oh, that's not even a conversation. I don't even like Westbrook, but he's a star in the league.
Yeah.
That's end of conversation there.
I know. It's crazy of how some people talk about Westbrook, and it really angers me. But he's a gun, and he's a star. So as long as one of those stars goes injured, probably not LeBron. If LeBron gets hurt, then it's a different story. But hey, they're going to be all right. They should be okay. They've got enough team to compete still. And yeah, like you said, they've added so many players like Carmelo Anthony, and they've been criticized for their starting lineup just not being able to really shoot. Let's not forget how good this bench is at shooting. Half of the shooters on the bench are all 40% 3-point shooters. And LeBron can shoot, I know he's not the best shooter, but he can shoot. Anthony Davis can shoot. Westbrook cannot shoot. But they've added shooters off the bench. We never know. They might test him out in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
And I've got very high expectations for this team. And then especially adding on how angry LeBron is and how much fuel has been added to the tank. Because hey, remember all those Twitter comments, how angry he was. He wasn't didn't get any, was it MVP votes? The best player for I think it was the votes to be the best player for next year. And he retraded it all right, that's just more engine to the tank, man. Keep doing it. Oh my
God. LaCry baby cries too much. I'm sick of the post where there's a bad season, and he posts the cryo chamber LeBron, he's resting. I don't know. Have you seen that post? He's resting. He's got the cryogenic mask on. He's
I've seen that.
I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Enough of that. Just go and play some basketball. I'm one to believe. You know the old saying, "Shut up and dribble." I feel like LeBron needs to shut up and dribble. I'm just saying, come on now. I don't care what his issues are. Just go and win the championship.
Yeah.
Make it happen. I want to see it. And that's what he did in a couple of years ago.
Yeah. He'll be good this year. I reckon LeBron's going to go berserk. I know. So we have different thoughts on LeBron. I know you call him the crybabies. I love LeBron, man. LeBron's my favorite.
I think it's his political side of things where it's bro, some of the things it's just you don't know what you're talking about. And you clearly you just take one look at one of his Twitter comments and you're one of his top comment of the Twitter comment will sum up the story about LeBron's political opinions. I just feel like he needs to stop worrying about that stuff. Just go and play some basketball.
He's always reading the first page of every book he reads.
Oh yeah, I've seen that picture.
I love LeBron. I think they'll be pretty good next year. And honestly, this isn't really a bold prediction, but kind of a prediction for next year. This team, I reckon Westbrook is still going to average a triple-double.
Ooh.
So I don't know. That can be bold, you guess.
Maybe.
He averaged one last year, but hey, it should be a lot harder with LeBron there. But hey, I reckon he'll easily get the assists, and he'll easily get the rebounds. It's Anthony Davis isn't a rebounding machine. Marc Gasol isn't there anymore, so I'm assuming who's the starting center? Dwight Howard?
Dwight Howard's their starting center.
Dwight Howard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Also, okay, hold on. Can we put this to bed real quick? Malik Monk will not start on this Lakers team. I don't want to. I keep seeing this all over Instagram. People putting their starting fives of the Lakers. Malik Monk is not going to start. Why do people think he's going to start? Come on now. I just don't think it's going to happen. Like, you got THT there, you got Kent Bazemore there. Carmelo could start. Why Malik Monk? He's a scorer. Like, he's going to come off the bench and just score.
Yeah, he won't start.
He didn't start at Charlotte. Why would he start on LA? Like,
yeah, I can't see him starting. There's too many players that are probably better than him that should definitely start over Malik Monk.
I don't get it, dude. I've seen too many posts about it. It's annoying me. What are your projections though? What is the starting five going to look like for you?
See, so I'll start from center. Center, Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Power forward, Anthony Davis. Small forward, LeBron James. Shooting guard. So this is the one that they may, because in this season they're going to want to test out lineups. They will test out the center, see who plays better in the center position. But the shooting guard position, this will be moved around quite a lot, in my opinion.
Okay.
Shooting guard. I don't know.
Want me to tell you who I think will start at shooting guard?
Yeah.
I think they'll try Talon Horton Tucker to start the season, but then I think they'll realize that the spacing's not there, and then they'll put in Kent Bazemore. That's my prediction. I reckon Kent Bazemore will start.
You know what? I think Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn?
I reckon he'll be the final starter. I reckon he'll do really well next year.
What? At the 2?
Yeah, he's what?
No way.
You don't think so?
No way. I reckon that's nah.
He's a good shooter. That's what they need. At that shooting guard position, they're going to need someone that's like a really good shooter. THT, they might try him out, but that's not going to work.
What if they put LeBron at the 2 and then put like Trevor Ariza or Carmelo in the starting lineup? Can that happen?
I can't see Carmelo getting many minutes. I think he'll play a bit in the regular season, but come playoff time, I don't think he'll play at all.
Really? What? Are you crazy? Carmelo will be like the 7th man throughout the whole season.
Really?
Yeah, he's a freak. He still he was averaging like 14 points per game this season. He didn't even want to be on Portland. Like, he didn't want to be there.
I just don't think he'll play as much as people are expecting in come playoff time. It's his defense, man.
Ooh.
Defense wins
I don't know.
Championships.
I don't know. I'm saying he'll get big minutes. That's my thoughts.
All right. Well, there you go.
I don't know if I like the Kendrick Nunn call. I do not like that at all.
So who are you saying? You're saying Kent Bazemore at shooting guard?
Bazemore, I think, will start. Well, Bazemore started towards the end of the season for the Warriors, and they were better when Bazemore started than they were when Kelly Oubre started. So, like, why couldn't he start on the Lakers too? Especially if they don't have a designated shooting guard, and Bazemore's still... He was a very good defender for the Warriors last season and shot 40% from 3.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Why can't he start?
Yeah, they'll be definitely testing out plenty of lineups. I reckon literally the whole regular season, they're going to be testing out that many lineups. It'll be like a lot of lineups. But hey, let's go into like predictions for the record. I reckon this team, I reckon this team was going to go absolute berserk in the playoffs, but regular season, hey, they're going to be good, but I'm not like, they might not be first seed. I think maybe second or third seed. But hey, I got it right here. How many wins? It's still quite a bit of wins. I've got 58 wins and 24 losses.
58 and 24 losses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go that too. I think it's pretty fair, right?
Yeah.
I'd probably say the exact same thing. I don't really know if they'll get more because they'll always like rest players, have injuries, this and that. Unless they just go 74-8 and give a big middle finger to the Warriors, which would be kind of cool. I don't know. But I think that 58 and 24 or so is a pretty good, pretty safe prediction.
It's a pretty big improvement though from last year. I know last year was 72 games. Let's not forget that. But last year their record was 42 wins and 30 losses. So that is a big improvement. Even if 10 games added, that's a huge improvement. But hey, they're gonna be all healthy. I can't see why not. Like, it's a bloody good team. Well, if you're ready, I can move on to the next team.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Cool. So the second team, predictions, we're going to be going over the Toronto Raptors. This is a team that I've checked out, the Toronto Raptors Twitter pages and stuff like that. It's either people, sorry, some of the Toronto fans think they're going to be like 6th seed, and then some are more realistic and thinking around 12th seed. It's a hard team to get a grasp on. They've lost Kyle Lowry. They've gained Scotty Barnes. I don't know.
They got worse this offseason.
Yeah.
They got worse. I don't know. Faith expression didn't seem to. But
No.
the reason I'm saying they got worse is because, look, they lose Kyle Lowry. They bring in Scotty Barnes. But their big thing that they struggled with all year was they had no interior defense. So how did they fix their interior defense this season? They didn't. They didn't fix it like at all. So like then I don't think they're going to be any better really. But I think their team got worse, but I don't think they're going to lose really any more games. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Gary Trent Jr. is still a really good player and he's going to play much more for them this season. They've still got a good starting 5. It's just their bench is like, it's not really existing, is it?
Yeah, well, no. If you excuse my facial expressions, no, I don't rate Toronto.
Okay.
I like their coach and stuff like that, but I think this team is going to struggle. Who's the starting point guard? Is it going to be?
We still don't know.
Malachi Flynn? Like, what's the expectations here?
Well, we don't. Are Scotty Barnes starting? We still haven't like worked this out yet. Has any Raptors fan like worked this out? What are they doing with Scotty Barnes?
I don't know. Because Siakam's staying. Do they maybe play? Oh no, but they can't. I don't. It's really hard, eh? Like,
does Barnes start at point guard and they just run Van Vliet at the 2 and I don't know because then like you got OG and Gary Trent. Yeah,
OG. Yeah.
I guess Van Vliet's their point guard, right?
You'd probably have to think so.
Yeah. So you got Van Vliet, you got Trent, and then you got OG, Pascal. Is Cam Birch starting at center for them? Because I know they're very hesitant to start Boucher. Like they just don't want to do it.
Who's the other center? Is it just Boucher?
Boucher and Birch.
Oh God, Birch isn't that good.
They're both 6'9" with like Boucher's a blocking machine, but like he's not going to do anything against like Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns. Like he never has. He blocks. I've seen his like highlights. He does block a lot of like these mid-range type short player layups, but like you can tell like the stats don't tell the picture with Chris Boucher's interior defense.
Yeah, but
he's a good defender. He's just you're not going to like rely on him to do what a Jarrett Allen might do, or even like a Mitchell Robinson, who I still think could be a better interior defender than Boucher. So I think Birch starts. I think they were looking at starting him. I just don't know how they go about this. I don't know.
It's interesting. And who's going to start at power forward for the start of the season? Siakam's not going to be there. He's injured.
What?
He's injured. He's
injured?
Yeah.
Oh, Barnes starts at power forward then. Right.
Yeah, because he's going to miss... don't quote me, 'cause I'm not too sure how long it is, but he'll miss a bit of the start of the season. He isn't attending the training camps. He won't be there because he got shoulder surgery. I don't know how long ago that was, but yeah, he won't be there for the first bit of the season. So
are you sure on this, or?
I'm pretty certain. I can look it up. And
well, do they run? There's no way they start Boucher and Birch like together, right? Like, goodness gracious me.
Well, hey, you're right. It would probably be Scotty Barnes then.
And then who comes off the bench for them? Like you got Flynn and Birch, and then like who else is there?
Yeah, it's
Am I forgetting someone? Dragic is like he's not playing for them. That's
no, he might be like off the bench as like a 6th man.
He said he doesn't want to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's waiting.
I know he wants to be bought out, but I just don't think he's to be bought out.
I don't think he showed up to training camps from what I've seen. So I don't know.
He'll miss.
Okay, Chura's there.
So I got confirmation on Siakam. He's probably going to be back around December.
Okay, so he'll be
late
back
December.
Soon. Well, do you want to know their forward depth real quick?
Yeah,
they've got OG Anunoby, and they've got Achura here who'll play small ball center, power forward. He'll probably not get too much minutes for this team.
Do they have Precious?
Yeah, they got him.
I forgot all about that. Okay,
and their other forwards include Isaac Bonga, Sam Decker, and Utah Watanabe. So this team like doesn't have a bench like
Yeah.
at all. Yeah. Then you got Malachi Flynn. You got Svi Mikhailuk. He might be their eighth man.
Yeah.
They don't have a bench.
Yeah.
The team is. I've just realized, like looking at this team, it's not better than the Cavs. I'm confident the Cavs will win more games than this Raptors team.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think so. I don't know. I don't know what the Cavs are doing.
You've said it now.
I've said it. And the Raptors are going to go from the 12th seed to the 13th seed unless they somehow shock me. That's my big call for the. I just can't see them doing it. Toronto Raptors fans know this. Their bench is like not there.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to give Sam Decker a minute? Sam, what? The team's just not a thing.
I think Gary Trent Jr. could be a major improvement this year. I reckon he'll be pretty good. It's tragic. I reckon he'll be there, man, for the start of the season. I reckon he'll be there. I can't see Toronto buying him out, and he'll play. Like, he's not going to just refuse to play. Yeah, I reckon he'll be there.
If he's there, then it's a different story.
I reckon
they're probably going to be better than the Cavs, but if he's not, they're not going to be.
He'll get traded at the deadline, I reckon. But I reckon he'll definitely be there. But it will probably be off the bench. I reckon it'll be like a six-man.
Oh, well, if Pascal Siakam's not there and Dragic is not there, there's a chance for this team to be the worst team in the league. And, like, I don't even know if that's a big call because they've got good players, right? Like, they do. They've got, Van Vliet, OG, and, Scotty Barnes and, why have I forgotten his name?
Flynn.
Trent.
Oh, Trent.
Trent. But then, like, other than those four, they've got no one.
Yeah.
Chris Boucher, Cam Birch, they're okay. Flynn's okay. But then you can't just win. You can't expect to be a better team than the worst team in the league if you've got 7 players that will get minutes and the rest are just Sam Decker, Utah Watanabe. Siakam needs to play for this team to be. They need to surprise me. I don't know. Maybe my expectations is just super low.
Yeah,
that might be my issue. But I don't see this Raptors team being any good at all.
What's your expectations on Barnes? Do you see him being like pretty good Barnes this year?
I thought, yeah.
Rookie of the year or not?
Nah, not rookie of the year. But I thought taking Barnes was a better pick than Suggs.
Yeah. I've
spoke about this before. I still think that was a better pick because I like Barnes for the Raptors from day one. This Raptors team is it's average. Like I see him being better than the Magic, obviously. The Pistons, the Spurs, and the Thunder are like the 4 teams I see them being better than.
Well, lay your predictions onto me. What's kind of your predictions for the record? Like,
hold on, I need to see their record last season.
So the record
27 and 45 last season. It will be anywhere from 24 to 30.
24 to 30.
They're not going to win any more games, but I don't think they're going to lose any more games.
But you went down. They won 27 last year, and you said 24 this year.
24 to 30, like.
Somewhere
in between that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I reckon if Siakam's still there, which he'll be there, he's just going to miss a bit of the season. Dragic will be there, in my opinion. Hey, I'm not a fan of this Toronto team, but I still reckon they'll be all right. I reckon, what have I got listed? I reckon 34 wins and 48 losses, which, hey, that's a 10th seed, 11th seed.
Yeah. So you think Dragic will play for them to have that?
I reckon he'll definitely play.
What if he doesn't?
Then take off, I don't know, 3 wins.
Yeah.
30-win team.
So you've got him a little bit higher than I do.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because my expectations are so low and I need to be like stunned. Like I need maybe a reality check or something from this Raptors team. But hey, they are playing in Toronto again this season. So maybe that's their missing thing. But like, I don't think they got better than they did last year. They lost Kyle Lowry, who's such a big player for them.
They definitely didn't get any better. But they lost Kyle Lowry, which was a huge piece. But people forget how big of a leader he was for that team. But I just think with the added games this season and just playing back in Canada, I can't see them losing more or being around the same. I think it should be a slight improvement, not by much, but just a slight improvement. Let's not forget how hard it was for Toronto last year, not playing in Canada, like their home team. at their home games, they were getting booed.
Yeah, that's a bit odd.
Yeah, like it's not like that wouldn't happen in Canada. It's a bit hard. So
You also got to factor in though, a lot of the East got way better. That's why I'm thinking the Raptors won't be any good. Because I think the East got insanely better than what they were last year. Like the teams around the Raptors market, like the Cavs, the Pacers. Like look at the Pacers. Like if we're gonna compare the Pacers to the Raptors, the Pacers got like 12 players that could get really good minutes.
Yeah.
While the Raptors have like seven or eight. Like the depth is insane. What happens when you get a couple games into the season and like Pascal or Van Vliet's injured or something like that? Then the Raptors have like 5 solid players getting minutes. That's why I just don't see them. The depth is just not good. That's just my issue. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because this team, I don't know, they're not going to be like a playoff team. And I'm telling you, I was looking through Twitter like just before this. Some fans literally think they have a chance of being 6th seed, which is just ridiculous. 6th seed. I saw.
Do any of them agree with me? Like that they could be one of the worst, or?
No, I know. All I saw was they thought they'd be really good, and I saw people listing stuff like we'll be better than the Knicks. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh man, we're gonna get hate on this podcast by some Raptors fans. NBA fans know we're telling the truth, but some Raptors fans they might not like this now.
I don't know. It's just I like the Raptors. I like their players. I like the team. But this year, don't have high expectations. You're gonna probably be pretty bad, which that's all right. Yeah. That's okay. Well, I reckon we'll move on to our last and final team we'll go over for today. And that is the Charlotte Hornets, another team that's, probably not going to be at top 8, but, it will be similar to what they were last year, a playing team. Yeah. Give us kind of your thoughts.
I really like the Hornets. I think they've got a good squad coming together. I don't see like I think they're going to be better than the Raptors. Like, linking that back to that, I still think they've got like 5 more better rotational pieces than what the Raptors do, plus better like star depth.
Yeah,
at this 100%. Point, like LaMelo, Rozier, and Hayward, I still think are like better than, maybe not Hayward and Rozier might not be better than Siakam, but I think LaMelo, if he takes a big shift, big jump this season, LaMelo could be absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really like the Hornets. I like what they're doing too. I think extending their coach was a good idea. I know some people might be like, they're not winning, and he's had 4 seasons where he didn't make the playoffs. But I don't think people realize, like a couple of years ago, they were supposed to have one of the worst rosters in the league, and their coach like developed their young guys that nicely, where players like Devontae Graham, who were like nobodies, developed into solid players. He has that like effect on a lot of their players. So I think there's no reason to fire him until they're like fully contending, where maybe they go after a dude like Mike D'Antoni, but for the next year or 2, while they're still developing, he's going to be a perfect dude to develop Moses Moody and Kai Jones and JT Thor, I think was the other bloke, and Scotty Lewis, I think were the 4. That's a mean draft right there. Like and those 4 players are all solid.
They got Book Knight as well. It's something
Wait, did I say Moody?
Yeah, he said Moody.
Oh yeah, Book Knight. Yeah, you know what I mean. Those 4 players are cracked. Like they're all going to get minutes here and there throughout the season, I would think. And they got a good draft. There's no reason why this Hornets team won't be very good. I think it'll be a player in tournament again, like a team in a playing tournament. But I still think they're a year away. Like they need a good free agency. But bringing in Mason Plumlee too. Like there's a chance this team shocks a lot of people.
Yeah. I think for the next 3 years, this Charlotte team is probably going to be on the same position for the next 3 years. That's a playing team. On the 3rd year, they might push an 8th, 6th seed. But I don't have, high expectations. Hey, I think it's a really good team. I think the youth they have and the young kids, you can expect them to step up this year, especially with LaMelo's going to help them out a lot. You'd think, with his facilitation and just his general basketball IQ, he should really be able to help out like players like, Kai Jones, Book Knight, and then just continue to help players he's been playing with last year, like Bridges. I think this young team, it will be good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they actually got Plumlee.
They got Kelly Oubre too.
And Kelly Oubre. Like,
And Ish Smith. And he's another solid, like a backup point. You don't like Ish Smith? Or
not
I don't know. I
really,
think he's a solid depth player. Like, he'll just
Yeah.
be there. But their depth is insane.
yeah,
It's good depth.
it's very good depth. And it's like this team. Yeah, listen, like I don't really have much to say about Hornets because I don't know. You're gonna have the same approach for next year. You'll probably be on the same position. You're gonna have some awesome highlights. You're gonna have that commentator of yours going nuts. You're gonna have hopefully Hayward is more healthy this year. Last year he dealt with some injury issues, which it's probably gonna happen.
Finger injuries were the big thing for him last year.
Yeah,
or last season rather. He had a lot of broken fingers for some reason.
It's probably going to happen again. Like, he'll get injuries of sorts. He's that type of player now. But hey, if he can be more healthier and play, if he plays, this is a hard thing to ask, but if he was to play, at 75 plus games, hey, maybe this team could shock a bit of us. Maybe this team could be a 7th seed team because if Gordon Hayward's a big piece of this team. Not only is he one of the best post scorers on the team, he also can offer some sort of facilitation, and they can have LaMelo Ball be a catch and shoot opportunity for some of the plays down the stretch. The team is going to be really interesting next year, and realistically, I'm thinking a play-in tournament team, like maybe around 35 wins, 36. I don't know. Like, they won 33 last year, so I'm thinking a 3-win improvement.
Wow, we're very different.
Wow,
I reckon 40 and 42.
Ooh.
I think their team improved that much. Like, you go from having Cody Zeller as your center to like a solid dude like Mason Plumlee, and you bring in Kelly Oubre, Scotty Lewis, JT Thor. I think it's JT Thor was the other one. I can't remember. Kai Jones, Book Knight as well. Ish Smith, another guy. Like, they did nothing but get better. And you even think of LaMelo's development. They extended Rozier. Hayward's still there. Why can't this team? I think it will be a 8th seed, 9th seed, play-in tournament team that could for sure make the playoffs. That's my prediction. 40 and 42, I reckon. So what's that? A 7-win improvement, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, they could be. Yeah, especially with 10 games added, that's like, it's a good win-loss ratio.
70% win-loss ratio and the extra 10.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's hard. Like, I think a lot of it's on health. If Hayward stays a bit more healthy, I think you could say this team, does probably win that. But I don't personally rate Gordon Hayward's health. I don't rate that.
Yeah.
I don't rate. I think they'll improve, but they'll be in the same position. The 36 wins, and again, they'll probably be a play-in team. They'll make it, maybe 10th seed, 9th seed.
I just completely forgot that Miles Bridges is on this team.
Yeah, Bridges. Yeah.
Like, this team's depth is Kai Jones, Miles Bridges, Mason Plumlee, PJ Washington, LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Carly Oubre, Ish Smith, JT Thor, Book Knight, Lewis. I feel like I missed a player or two, but that's 12 just looking at that thing right there.
Yeah.
They might have like a 12, 13, 14 man.
Ish Smith won't play.
Insane.
He
won't play. He won't play at all. But with day of injuries, he'll get a minute. And like, you can't complain about like your 15th man being Ish Smith, who like started some games, I think, last season. It's like, it's a pretty good 15th man. I think they signed him on $6 million or something.
Oh, okay.
Or a couple million, I don't know. But it was still a good signing. Just for a depth, dude. Yeah, this team is good. Like, it is really good. I expect it to be better than the Wizards. Pacers, maybe. I don't know. I think Pacers fly under the radar too much. But I'm not too sure. I still think they need to fix their Miles Turner problem with, it's just the spacing is not really there. But yeah, I think the Hornets are really good. I agree. 40 and 42. That's my thing.
Yeah, they have a bright future, that's for sure. Their young core is what's the average age for this team? It must be young. Like, it must be one of the youngest. It would have to 25. Be one of the youngest teams in the whole league for sure.
Yeah, and all the young players are good though too.
Yeah.
Like Rozier, Oubre, LaMelo. Those are like, I don't want to say like, I was about to say LaMelo might be heading into his prime already, but like this dude's prime is going to be insane. So like his next year will be a normal player's prime. Well, an all-star's prime, I reckon. That's how good I think LaMelo could be.
You think Lamelo's going to be that good?
I think he could be an all-star this season, 100%.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've gone on to something. Okay. You think LaMelo Ball is going to be an all-star?
I think he could be an all-star.
You should have told me that. I completely disagree.
I have him in that's why I think the Hornets will be good, because I have him in like the all-star bracket.
So tell me his stat line right now, LaMelo Ball.
All right. So last year's stat line was 16, 6, and 6.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he average like 28 and 6 this season? Like, so he pretty much boosts his points up by 4. Only 4.
So say your projected stats again for this year. Say that one more time.
So his stats this year were 16, 6, and 6.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have 28 and 6? That's only 4 more points and 2 more assists.
Are you saying 28 points?
No, I said 20 points.
Oh,
no, what do you think I'm saying?
I thought you said 28 points. I'm like, are you serious?
What?
That's
I don't think
MVP numbers.
28. No. No, but like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like that could be like knocking on all-star door, right?
Yeah.
Plus, he's a good defender.
I don't know. I don't think he'll be an all-star. I reckon he's...
You're making me look bad with that 28 point, Sam, but I don't
like
that.
I apologize. I thought you said... That's why I kept like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? That's MVP numbers.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's probably realistic. But I just don't know if he makes the all-star push, though. Like, there's so many good guards and stuff that will be all-stars.
Yeah.
Like, Donovan Mitchell... Like, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, like there's heaps. That's just, I don't know. I reckon he'll struggle to make an actual all-star push.
I don't know. I think he could legit blow by my expectations though. There's a chance that he could average like 22 this season.
Yeah.
Like he started half the games last season on only 29 minutes. What happens if he plays 34 minutes per game this season?
Yeah.
Like what happens then?
He'll be good. What do you think his So for his all-star appearances, what's his over and under? So like, is that like 4.5 all-star appearances? Do you think he's gonna, what's his over and under?
He'll get more. What in his career?
Yeah, like what do you think?
Oh yeah, he'll make more than 5 all-star appearances in his career.
Yeah. 5?
Like he'll be better than Ben Simmons, I reckon.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think. Well, Ben Simmons has taken a step back.
Yeah.
Like Ben Simmons this year averaged as much as what LaMelo did this year. It was just that Simmons put up way better defense, and I wanted to say leadership, but then I don't know if he's much of a leader anymore, is he? Yeah. So hey, LaMelo. Well, this season I think LaMelo will average better than Ben Simmons' all-time stats.
Okay.
It's just the defense won't be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what's Ben Simmons' highest stats? What 18 and 9 and
not much.
18 points, 9 assists. It's always been his defenses that have really carried him throughout his career. So that's not to say that I think LaMelo will obviously make the all-star team over maybe Ben Simmons this year.
Yeah.
It depends how Simmons goes, I guess.
I think the big thing for LaMelo is down the track for his career, he should actually be a really good defender. He has like a pretty big wingspan.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he can't be a good defender. If he puts in the hard work, he can easily be a above average defender for sure.
I can't see why not. Like, why wouldn't he be a good defender? He was a good defender this year too, among rookies. But yeah, that's why I think the Hornets will be like really good. I can see him making that all-star push. I'm not saying he will make the all-star, but he'll make the push for it.
Yeah.
And same with Hayward he'll still average like 17 points per game, 17 to 18 or whatever. Just be that really good 3-point shooter. Rozier will do the same. He'll average 18. Their team will be good. How many did Rozier average this year? 20?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so he'll average similar.
Well, hey, I'll say this, Jordan. You've probably made me kind of feel a bit stupid and want to change my predictions because now, hey, you've persuaded me. I think 36 now is a bit too low. I think, maybe it's like 40 something wins.
Yeah.
But you're right. This team could be good. And hey, you've done a good job. You've persuaded me.
Hopefully I've persuaded some viewers at home to believe in the Hornets because I certainly do.
Yeah.
Like, even if they have an injury to LaMelo Ball or something, then like Rozier steps in. Ish Smith gets some minutes. Maybe Lewis gets some minutes. So like the depth is crazy. It's just they're too young to be a really good team.
Yeah.
So it's got to take some time.
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about for Charlotte? I think we've pretty much settled. Yeah, all good.
I'm just hoping Raptors fans don't come after me, dude. Like I feel like I've said some strong things about the Raptors, but
oh mate, you're corner, mate. So at centre half bench.
No, don't plug my Instagram
either. Well, hey, I think that's it. I think we'll start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, literally, if you own Spotify, just give the YouTube a shot. Check it out. It's pretty cool. You can see my awesome face. You can see Jordan's face. He's pretty cool as well, I guess. So yeah, it's different. You can watch our reactions. And then again, if you're on YouTube, don't have the time, check us out on iTunes, Spotify. We're all there. Just look up Nothing But Action and you'll see us there. If you're on iTunes, leave us a review or rating. And of course, follow our Instagram, Facebook, and that's where you'll get up-to-date information about us and just everything that's going on. Hey, if you had followed that before, you would have seen that we gave out a Mitch Creek hint. Posted a Southeast Melbourne Phoenix logo and a hashtag 55. You could have known about all that information so much sooner if you were just following us. So make sure to check that out. Anyway, I think that's it. Thank you for listening.